Hi folks, welcome to the Movie Reviewers 100 channel again. This week it is Tony Scott Tribute Week and we've had some good reviews already. We've had Days of Thunder and Top Gun, two of the sort of classic 80s, but they both made in the 80s films. I think Days of Thunder, that was maybe the 90s, but two great films. I'm not really a big fan of Tony Scott, to be honest. Of course, like when I was young, I liked Top Gun was excellent, and all the gung ho USA, highly stylized films of the 80s, and it was pretty good. And I'm just looking at his filmography here, and I was surprised that he had actually done The Hunger, because that was a film I remember from my youth as well. I thought it was pretty good, absolutely amazing cinematography in it, but like it wasn't a big hit. Top Gun was his breakout hit. Beverly Hills Cop 2, I wasn't a big fan of these sort of films. Days of Thunder, Last Boy Scout was good, but I think his best film was True Romance. I really liked that Tarantino, Roger Avary script, and fine acting in it and stuff. Crimson Tide was a good film as well, first sort of one that had Denzel in it. And Gene Hackman, I love submarine films, and this was up there with the rest of them. The Fan, I don't think I've actually seen that one. End of the State, didn't really like it. Spy Game, I liked, which was Robert Redford and Brad Pitt, I believe, and that was a good film as well. It was a pretty good story. Man on Fire, another good film. That would have been his second collaboration with Denzel, and that was one of his top three films as well. And the next film that I'm going to actually, well, Domino, I didn't really like Domino. Next film I'm going to speak about is Dejavu. I believe this is his second best film. And then Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, haven't seen that. Can't see it being any as good as the original. Well, I love the original, and Unstoppable, still to see that. So I'll talk about Dejavu a wee bit. This was this his second collaboration with Denzel Washington? Let's see. Man on Fire, that would do. Aye, Man on Fire would have been his first, and then Dejavu, that was his second. So to me, this was an ideal pairing. Tony Scott and Denzel, they were on a sort of roll. They're both sort of at the top of their games and stuff. And really, I love my science fiction, time travel and stuff, and this was right up my street. And basic story is Jim Caviezel plays the bad guy. He's a terrorist. He blows up a ship in New Orleans, I think it is, and this agency for the police force, they've got this special thing. They've got 7 satellites that they can zoom in on any location and go back and review it from different angles, see like everybody who's in the vicinity and stuff, and to try and piece together who the terrorist was. Eventually, it turns out that Denzel Washington finds out that he can actually go back in time to as well. So he goes back in time to get the bad guy and stuff, and save the day. And the reason I like it is because it wasn't too it had the Tony Scott style, but it didn't have that fast edits that he would bring in some of his films, and I didn't like that it was just too frenetic for me. But this was fantastic cinematography and great actors as well. Val Kilmer, Denzel Washington, Jim Caviezel, Adam Goldberg plays the sort of the guy that runs the sort of time machine thing, and like I say, it's really good. It was produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, but we'll not hold that against it. And like I say, it was an ideal pairing of Denzel and Tony Scott. They seem to click the same way that some directors click, like Scorsese and Robert De Niro, Tim Burton and Johnny Depp. There's just something about there's a chemistry there that just seems to click, and it really worked as well. This and Man of Fire, although Man of Fire the fast jump cuts as well. Sorry, it took off a wee bit for me, but it was still a good film. So, in fact, Crimson Tide, Denzel was in Crimson Tide, I just remembered that as well. So, yeah, this is my. I was actually going to do True Romance because I think True Romance was actually his best film, but I thought I'd leave that for Scott because I think he'd do a better job at it than I can. And like I says, this was my second favourite Tony Scott film. So thanks for watching. Look out for more of the Tony Scott tributes during the week, and subscribe and leave comments. Thanks for watching.